Welcome to King Lizzard's Game Lounge and part 3 of my Playdead's Inside walkthrough. So this situation, we need to dispose of this dog, or at least get rid of him, and the easiest way to lose this dog is to jump back into the swimming pool, and then you swim underneath him, and this gives you just that little bit more of a lead that you need on the ground in order to escape him. Now, however, once we get free of this canine, we've got 3 more to deal with down below, and here they come on cue now. So we jump over this fence, and just opposite this fence there is a kind of barricaded area. Press X and hold to pull off the barricades, run over to the fence, back over the other side. The dogs will run round. Now, if you're too early, like I am here, I'll show you. You see, you don't get enough time. You've got to literally draw them all the way round to this side. And the best way of doing that is to jump over the fence and stay on the fence here. They can't do any harm. Oh, get back over. They can't do any harm to you while you're on that side. So press X, pull by dragging that analog stick to the left and drop down the other side of the fence. Now, if you stay on the fence, the dogs will keep at you, so you do need to drop off the fence, otherwise they won't move. So once you're on the ground, they're going to run all the way back round. Just prep up by getting on the other side of the fence, wait till all 3 of them are at the fence, jump off, grab the next plank. Now here I actually go wrong. I thought that that plank coming diagonally across also needed to be pulled off, so I ran back again and basically drew the dogs off one more time than I needed to. Once you get the 3 planks off, you can walk through. You'll kind of scooch below that kind of beam, if you like, as you'll see in a moment when I realise I can actually do that. So I kind of panicked there during the original gameplay and kind of stopped myself walking through, but I didn't actually have to do anything there. I didn't need to pull any planks. I can just walk right on through like so. So I wasted, a couple of runs back and forth, and then those dogs will savagely kind of try and maul and get through once you leave them behind. Now this bit here, I do actually know I need to climb down the ladder, but I make a mistake and I'm dead pretty much. Bit of pavement pizza there. So back we go. Now basically when you get to the edge of the ladder, you do need to kind of pull down a bit on your analog stick, and then that way you'll climb down the ladder as opposed to fall to your instant death like I did. And once we get to the bottom of this ladder, got to run across this kind of raggedy roof section, and now the fun begins. Things get really interesting here. See what's coming up? Oh, mini sub. Merry Christmas to us. So basically we need to wait it out for these 2 guys to head into the office. And as they head in the office, you kind of think, well, the light's shining through there, that's it's going to get me seen. But you can actually creep past once those guys are up against the desk there and drop onto the sub. Press X and we climb in like so. Excellent stuff, and down we go. How cool does this look? This looks absolutely phenomenal, this piece of the game. I mean, all of it looks phenomenal, but this was just mind-blowing for me. I really enjoyed this section. So if we go down here, keep going down, you've got your searchlight. You can move left and right with your analog stick, and that is a door. Now basically what I didn't realise was the controls for this sub, or at least all of the controls. If you press and hold the A button and then use the analog stick whilst you're pressing A to aim in a particular direction, you will charge up and fire the sub in that chosen direction. And in this case what we need to do is charge up, fire the sub through this door. You see that it's kind of glowing there in the sub. There we go. Charge it up straight through. Now here, I'm not so sure if there's a way up, so I do actually do a quick check and go up to the ceiling. It's obvious I've got to go through the floor there as well. So a quick check on the roof, of which there's nothing that I need to investigate. So charge her up and down through the floor. How cool is that? Looks absolutely amazing. So I did basically investigate this left side over here at the very bottom. So I'm pretty certain there's nothing over the left side of this map. Having searched the entire left side of this section, I couldn't see anything, so I'm pretty certain there's nothing there for us to worry about. So charge up the sub and through the right side of this concrete wall into this next area. And the lighting effects once again in this game just absolutely astounding. Look absolutely amazing. Even though there's, you know, very limited use of colour, it's just so vibrant in its kind of design and its aesthetic. It's just a fantastic looking game, and it's got such an atmosphere to it as well. If you're using your, you know, your 7-in-1 headphones or your 5-in-1 headphones, this sounds fantastic. So down we go. I just checked up there just to make sure there was nothing I was going to miss, and then I scooch along the bottom here to the left, just make sure there's none of those secrets that we're all after. Nothing there. And then back to the left, where clearly that is my next path. I wasn't sure if I had to charge up to get through there. I didn't. I could have just travelled through, so that was me just being a little bit hesitant. So this particular section, this confused me a little bit, this section, I must admit. It took me a little bit of time to work this one out. Now it's clear obviously that you need to smash away the concrete with the sub, but what I got kind of a little bit confused about was getting the sub through instead of actually me getting through to then get the sub through, so which is what you have to do. And initially this ramp looked like it might have been something I could have traversed. However, I couldn't get on the ramp up the right side there, so I figured it was back in the sub time. Again, just making sure there's no, you know, there's no secrets that I'm going to miss or anything in here. So basically charge the sub up and start smashing away at this concrete. Now you don't actually have to do what I did here. You only have to smash away a very small section of this concrete because you are going to go through it, not the sub. There's something you have to do in order to be able to get the sub to the next stage, and that's to open the door above. I was thinking that by cracking this concrete it would loosen the door above and allow me to bash through it with the sub. That was the wrong way to go. What I have to do was basically, you know, crack open this area so that I could get through, which obviously doesn't involve cracking all of this concrete, and then swimming through this section and working out the puzzle on the other side in order to be able to open this door. So this is me still kind of traversing the area thinking, okay, that doesn't seem to have done anything to the door. Another smash on the concrete, maybe that'll make a difference, maybe not, and another. I must admit I was enjoying the kind of whole smashing into the side of the wall here. It's quite a cool effect, but clearly working out that that isn't quite the way things are going to go. So at this point I hop out the sub, realising my mistake, and make my way through. Just checking that I can't climb up there to do anything with the door, and then swim into the next area. There's some quite interesting puzzles on this section as well. Bit of a swim across this part of the level to get to land. And then what we have here, you can see just behind me is a rope, so I've got to climb up onto those objects there, climb up the rope into the next floor, and then in here that takes me back down where I've just been, which I test out just to be sure, so I understand where I am in the environment. Obviously, as I'm swimming back down, I see this barricaded door, which is clearly something I'm going to smash through with the sub. It's definitely something that's too big for me to get through or lift off, that's for sure. So it's definitely a sub job. Have a quick swim down, just make sure I'm not missing anything at ground level there, like a secret. And then I work my way back up to that rope, and then make my way up again to the next floor and to the next puzzle. Now this point there hasn't actually been a secret. I'm sort of wondering if I've missed anything. I have been quite thorough in checking areas. So we press this button and all of these big tubes come rolling out, and you basically have to beat these tubes, which I don't, I get flattened by them first time, into the water. So the second go I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe I can jump on top of them. Maybe I don't have to run down with them. It could, of course, be the good old run and jump scenario. So jumping onto them didn't work out so well for me. Kind of got a bit pancaked there. So this time around I think, okay, it's got to be the run and jump situation. Plus a very brief touch of the button and an immediate turnabout and leg it. So I'm just having a quick rethink here as I'm going up rather cautiously to this button, just making sure, there we go, I'm facing the right direction. So I'm going to do a leap here just to give me that bit distance, and it didn't work. I got flattened on the wall. I'm still convinced that's the right way to do it. It just didn't quite work out the way I planned. It's a fourth attempt and final attempt, you'll be glad to hear. Quick touch of the button and then an immediate run. Just run like hell and then drop off and go right immediately when you hit the water to avoid those falling barrels. And that's that part of the puzzle worked out. So back up top, do we scale the rope and then head towards our newly opened door and into a slightly different area. This area seems to be in the process of being overgrown by vegetation, and obviously most of the environments we've seen this far into the game aren't in any form kind of overgrown with vegetation and stuff. So this is kind of a mix of forest and buildings. So quite a strange mix of environment this. So I decide to start right, and then I think, well, actually I'll check out what this particular device is here. And I was pretty certain it was something that was going to fire me up higher so I could get onto that ledge to the left there. Just to be safe, I jump off just to check out what it is before I kill myself if it's something nasty, which it turns out not to be. And then I have a quick tug on the device again to fire me up, and I'm slightly too far to the edge of the box and I kind of fall off. At this point we have another go. Fires me up and I jump across to that platform there. Now at this point I'm thinking, hang on, I haven't checked all the way to the right, so I'll check all the way to the right just to make sure there aren't any secrets or anything that I need to discover down here, because obviously there'll be nothing worse than going on to the next area and not being able to go backwards and missing something. As it happens, it's clear there's nothing to do on the right side that I can see, so I make my way back to that launching device to fire myself up to the next level and onto the next puzzle area. And this literally is just pressing X, pulling up with the analog stick, and I'll fire you up there. Quick A button to jump across. And then across this platform area. And we grab onto this rope, and we've got to swing through the hole in the wall there. Nicely done, and in we go. So now we've got a button, which is actually the button for our door, which means of course now we can get our sub through this section. Now below us is water, so we can jump straight off the edge, swim through the gap and up immediately. That kind of spooked me out, that thing there. I think it was a rat close quarters. I hope it was anyway, but I haven't seen any monsters as yet anyway. But it initially made me think, what the hell is that? So quick jump over the door, and we're into the next area, and we're going to go immediately down here. Going to check this left side just to be sure there's nothing there, and there isn't. And then we're going to smash our way through this barricaded door with the sub. So again, press A to charge up, and through we go. Really cool kind of door effect there as it slams down behind you. Have a quick check up between these pipes just to make sure I can't go up there, and then move on through the rest of the level. So there's lots of stairs leading all the way down, so lots of submerged buildings here in water and stuff. So it's all, obviously there's been some kind of flood, maybe global warming or something has caused, you know, some of this stuff to happen. So you see that block there, that's obstructing our way down, which is where we need to go next. So I've got to clear that block, which obviously we can do with the charge capability of this sub. So if I charge her up, didn't quite get enough charge there, a little bit premature. Look how cool that little shaft of light is coming through underneath the block there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Didn't quite get it there, just got a bit caught up on the block, not quite enough power. Need to do it one more time, third time lucky. Extra boost of power here, push that block out the way, and down we go. Now the one thing about this particular section of the game is it continuously going down here into the depths, so it's sort of wonder whether this is sort of, maybe we're going down to the depths of hell itself. We shall see, I guess. So one thing's for sure, we haven't stopped going down for quite some time at this point. So a quick scan of the area here just to see what is next in store for us, and there is a secret. So this is the first secret for this particular part of the walkthrough. Now I'm pretty certain, given the loading bar on this game, when you basically load this game back up, there is a bar that appears, and looking at the bar, I'm quite a way into this game already, so I'm pretty certain I've probably missed the odd secret here and there. This one's a bit of a puzzler, so at this point I've got to work out how to get my friend there that I'm controlling onto the other device so that he can control the other chap who's on that walkway there and acquire the achievement for us. So I'm just trying to jump up and maybe jump out of the sub at the same time. I'm not sure that's going to work. So I've got a feeling that what I'm gonna should I try one more time, or should I just, I think it's going to be a matter of leaving this guy on top of the sub and then getting him myself and boosting him up into that device. I'm going to try anyway again just to see if I can jump out. I don't think I can. I think it's going to be a definite, you know, this is going to be me propelling the guy I need to control. Yeah, we can't get high enough there. I kind of charged it right up there at the lower level to see how far up I could get towards that. So no, we're definitely not doing it that way. So let's resurface. I'm going to get this chap out. I'm going to leave him on top of the sub, disconnect myself from the brain control device, jump into the water. Look how cool that is, the shadow on the back there, and jump up onto the sub. Hopefully I'm not going to displace this guy. and then I'm going to charge up the sub, get right under this guy. The water's dispersed him, hopefully. Yeah, excellent, he's in. So he's now ready to start controlling our chap on the bridge. It's just a matter of me getting up to my device up here. Excellent stuff. And pull the plug on it. Excellent, another achievement in the bag. So that's 5 of those that I've got so far, although obviously in the videos I've identified 6. Now there is an achievement for getting all of these, so obviously that's going to be important too, but I'm starting to feel like I've probably missed a few, I suspect. So we shall see as time goes on, but I'm pretty certain I probably have. So up we go again. And there is our next. Oh no, we can't go in there, so we're going up water level. So that was actually a secret area there for an achievement only, and then we're going to go through this area, a bit of a charge, boost us through the door, and we've got control panel there. And what else have we got? And we've got this section. Okay, so this is okay, so a bit of a pipeline, and then we've got another door that's going to be controlled by a button. So we've got to find our way. I thought I'd give it a quick smack there just to see if it did or didn't open. I was pretty certain it wasn't going to open. So it's going to be a matter of finding the button that controls that door. This is probably going to do something to the water, I suspect, this button. So let's just hover above it. It's going to be a puzzle. Either that or it's going to drop the water to the point I can't get the sub over there anymore. And maybe what I should have done here is actually drive the sub across before I hit that button. Yeah, okay. It's dropping the water, so that's what I thought was going to happen. So now I can't get the sub over there, obviously. I thought I could try and jump through. I was pretty certain that wasn't going to happen. So it's going to be a matter, I think, of me getting to that button, setting it off so that the doors open. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get out here, hit the button, get back in the sub quickly once I've done that, and then move swiftly across here and launch myself over these what do you call it? Yeah, okay. So I've got to leave the sub here basically. Then I go and do the button. Staying above water obviously, because I'll die if I try to go that far underwater for that long period of time. And we're going to hit this button and swim our way through the piping and stuff to get back to the sub. And at that point hopefully that door is open and it's not any more complex than that. Well, I'll take this opportunity to thank you guys and gals for watching. This is going to conclude part 3 of my PLAYDEAD'S Inside walkthrough. I will be back next week with the rest of the game. Please be kind enough to rate, and if you're not a subscriber, it'd be fantastic if you click that sub button and support King Lizzard's Game Lounge. Take care, keep well, keep watching, and come back soon.